So this is another weird background, but I feel like this might be the best for lighting and stuff. I'm in my boyfriend's house, so I obviously don't have my usual background and stuff like that. To be honest, I was never one of those YouTubers that had the same background in every video anyway, because I moved around so much, and then I lived in Texas, and then I came home, and yeah, I've never really had a solid background, but soon I will, because exciting things will be happening, and I will be able to set up a space in this house to film in front of. So that'll be exciting when me and Lee take the next step. So yeah, but yeah, I guess I just wanted to come on today and just talk to you guys about something that has been on my mind, and that's just the whole mental health thing around coronavirus. I feel like a lot of people are with me when I say that this time is really hard, but at the same time it's been really, really good for me. So I just wanted to explain both sides and just kind of talk about how I feel, because I haven't been going to counselling, and I've been trying to give that a break anyways, even before this coronavirus. So it's good to kind of talk to you guys, because it's quite therapeutic, and I'm a talky type of person. That's how I let out my emotions the best, is just talking them out. And to be honest, a lot of the time I bottle up my feelings, and then it makes me feel worse about myself. So I've just decided to make probably like a little mental health series where I just talk to you guys about stuff. And I did ask for you guys to ask me any questions on how I've been feeling on Instagram, so we'll get to them in a little bit. But for now, I just wanted to kind of go do like an overall talk of how I've been feeling. So I guess we'll talk about the negatives first. So when all of this happened, it was very quick for a lot of us, and in the very beginning I remember the coronavirus was like coming up a lot like 2 months ago, and everyone knew that it was like a thing, but no one had really knew how serious it would have been. And so at that point, me and Lee were actually up at my house in Carlow, and we were about to get our bus down here because we come down here every weekend, and the buses weren't going, and we were like, oh my god, this virus thing is serious. And so anyway, we got a lift down to Lee's house, and my mom had said, go with Lee, because I'd say in about 2 weeks you'll be able to travel back down and you'll see me. And yeah, so that was kind of our plan. Mommy wanted me to be with Lee because obviously I would miss him so much, but we had no idea how long it would be. And now it's 2 months into quarantine, and I haven't seen my mom, which is so hard. And I know that if I was with my mom, I'd miss Lee. So it's like I can't choose both. Like I had to choose one person, but like it's really, really hard on me right now, because I've never been this long without my mom, and I've never just in general been without my family this long. And it's really hard, especially when my mom is pregnant at the minute, and she did IVF, so she really struggled to get pregnant. So it just sucks that I can't see her right now, but I know that when we do see each other, it's going to be a really big deal for us, and that's like a positive. I'm excited to see her. So, like, I miss her so much. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry, Lee just rang me. He's out doing our shopping at the minute, so he was just ringing me about shampoo. But as I was saying, I really do miss my mom a lot, and I miss my family, and it's really hard watching her be pregnant and the baby grow and me not be there to support her throughout this. It's really, really hard. So I do miss my family a lot, and that's a really hard thing. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who, if they're with their family, they miss their partner. If they're with their partner, they miss their family. Like, there's no winning, which is really, really hard. So yeah, that sucks. Other than that, it's just my anxiety has been through the roof, because I can't go shopping, pick out my food, anything like that. Like, I feel like my diet has kind of been just up and down. Like, I literally cannot hold one singular diet. What I'm trying to do at the minute is just not be so hard on myself and just intuitively eat. But at the same time, I feel really bad about myself then if I eat something really bad. There's just no winning with me lately. Like, I just feel so crappy in myself, and it's a horrible feeling to know that like I got to a stage where I was so body confident, and now I'm not anymore. So, and I won't say I'm not completely, like I definitely do still have a lot more confidence than I did like a year ago, but I definitely just, I've fallen back into that pattern. And to you guys it might not look like I've gained a lot of weight or anything, and to be honest I haven't gained that much. It's just that my whole mindset around it has been tainted a lot, and I think that's what's making it harder for me. Like, emotionally feel drained, and constantly thinking about what I should be eating, what I shouldn't be eating, and how much bad foods I'm eating, or am I eating enough healthy foods. And like I could have one brownie and I could feel really bad about myself. So I'm trying not to be too strict, because this is a global pandemic and people are dying. I shouldn't be worrying over little things like eating too often. Like food is the only thing we have right now really that's been the same, and so for me at least, like I'm trying not to be too hard on myself. And it's great for those people who are taking this time to be extra healthy, and that's what I try to do some of the days. But for my own peace of mind, I've just tried not to restrict myself too much, because once I restrict, I want something a lot more. But if I just tell myself I can have this, but I choose not to have it this meal, and I choose to eat something healthier, then I don't feel as restrictive. But like it's just been really hard at the minute, like because I was transitioning from Slimming World to counting calories, and now I've tried not to count calories, because I've noticed that since like this whole pandemic started and lockdown has started, that you are going to snack more and you are going to eat more. You're bored half the time, so you're just eating out of boredom. Like that's absolutely normal, and if you gain some weight over this time, it's absolutely fine. Like you do not have to feel bad about gaining weight, and I have to take this advice too. Obviously I'm not looking to gain loads of weight, because I don't want to go down that hill of not loving my body again, but at the same time I'm trying not to be too strict on myself, because we're going through such an unusual phase of life at the minute, and when all of this is done I know that I can get my body back. But at the same time I don't want to lose it, if you get me. I don't know how to explain that, but it's really on my mind lately. I'm just like, am I eating too much? Am I eating enough? Some days I just don't know how to feel about food right now. I'm in a really bad place with food, so I'm really just trying to be easy on myself, be gentle with myself, because we're going through a stage where if a brownie is what is gonna make your day, eat the brownie. Like it shouldn't be such a huge deal that you had a brownie, you know. But it's just crazy, because I never realized that I kind of had a bad relationship with food till now. I don't want to say I have an eating disorder or anything like that, because I have never been personally diagnosed with that, and I'm not about self-diagnosing stuff on myself, and I might not. I think everyone might be in the same position I am, or a lot of people at least. So yeah, I'm just trying my best with that, but some days are shitty and then other days are really good, so it just really depends. But food has just been kind of like a head wrecker for me, to be honest, because I try and have like, so what my usual thing would be was I would Monday to Friday be healthy, and then on Saturday and Sunday I wouldn't really mind what I ate. But the thing is with that is during the week I'm still bored, I'm still snacking and then sometimes you'll have an ice cream during the week and you're like, oh my god, I broke the rules, and then you feel really bad about yourself. So I'm trying not to be too restrictive and just say that every day I'm gonna be as healthy as possible with a little treat in the evening, and that's kind of what I'm going by, and I'm trying my best with it, guys. Like it's all we really can do right now. What I am happy about, and some positives about this whole thing, is that on Tuesday I can begin doing walks again. So we're going to get back into our home workouts and walks this coming week. So I will vlog some of that for you guys, because that really helps motivate me, knowing that I can motivate you guys. So I will definitely do that. So I'm glad that some of the restrictions have calmed down to the point where I can actually just go out and have a walk. And for anyone who didn't know, I had to basically cocoon myself because I have a really low immune system because of having cancer and also still being on chemo. So I had to stop being so hard on myself. Like this coming week now I'm going to be exercising a lot and I'm going to be walking, and so I think that's going to help me feel better about snacking and stuff, knowing that I'm kind of burning some of it off, and not in an unhealthy way, but just knowing that I'm burning a little bit off that I've maybe gained. So yeah, that's kind of what I mean by that. And then I suppose another positive about this whole thing is that the world is finally going at a pace which I enjoy. I mean, ever since I have gotten sick and then gotten better, I feel like I've kind of rushed myself. Like, there's just so many people who expect so much of me, not in my family or anything, but just strangers online that expect me to be working and in college and driving, and it's just like I have to go at my own pace. And for once the world is going at a smoother and slower pace, and I am really enjoying that, to be honest. So that's one thing out of this whole pandemic that I've enjoyed, is definitely just being able to take my time with life, and everyone else seems to be doing the same, and that's really helped me. So I'm going to go on to Instagram and see what some of you guys asked to kind of finish this video off, and I can just answer. So thank you so much for always being so open and honest with your mental health. It helps so much. Thank you so much. Like, honestly, I'm trying. Like, it's not always easy, and sometimes I just want to bottle it up and not let out my feelings, but at the same time I want to be open with you guys and tell you when I'm having a good day and when I'm having a bad day, because I want to be relatable, and I want you guys to be able to trust that I am coming from a good place. And you know, just I really do enjoy talking to you guys and letting you guys know how I feel. So I'm glad that that could help in some way. How to support someone going through a big mental crisis. Thank you so much. To be honest, I think the biggest supporters are just the smallest things. Like, you could just give them a hug, explain that you're there for that person. Sometimes all you need is a cuddle. Other times maybe they might need work around the house, some housework help, something more practical. But like, I feel for a lot of people that are going through a mental crisis, that just talking to them and just letting them know that you are there no matter what is what some people need the most, is support. So definitely make it known that you're there, that you're going to support the person, and I hope it helps. Have you ever struggled with self-harm? So this is something I've never really talked about on here, I don't think. I'm not 100% sure, but I used to struggle with self-harm in many different ways, and I don't really go into it, to be honest, just because I was quite young at the time and I haven't been struggling in years and years and years. But what I do know is that if you are self-harming, please talk to someone that you trust, because you don't want it to get out of hand. It can be a really messy road to go down, so just really be careful. And it's not a good thing, and it's not going to make you feel better, because you're going to self-harm and then you're going to feel better, and then you're going to look at the scars and be like, why did I do this to myself? And there's a lot of different types of self-harm, but you are going to feel way worse about yourself if you have scars on your body that you mistakenly inflicted on yourself. So I would definitely talk to someone, because it's one of those things that it's such a hard cycle to get out of once you start. So definitely talk to someone, or even message me and I can try to give you more advice on that. Tips on how to stay positive when overthinking. So I think distracting yourself with good things like exercise or reading or something productive is probably the best, because sometimes when you're overthinking, you can feel worse when you're lying in bed doing nothing, or you're just watching a TV show and you cannot help but overthink. But when you do something productive, it releases endorphins in your body and you feel a lot better about yourself. So I find personally that when I work out or I go on a long walk or something like that, not even a long walk but just like 3 kilometers up the road and back, that I feel way better about myself. My head has been cleared and I tend to not overthink as much. And also when you talk to people about what you're overthinking about and you release that and you kind of let it out, it can feel a lot better. I know lately whenever I've been overthinking, I just lay down and I say I've been overthinking and this is what I'm overthinking about, and then I feel way better that I've let it out and that I've talked about it. So definitely talk, that's like the major thing, or distract yourself with positive things. I came out of a deep depression last year, but now I've been cheated on by my long-term boyfriend and I'm struggling to sit alone with my thoughts right now. I'm so sorry, like that's so hard. I can't even imagine going through this pandemic and then going through being cheated on and then going through being alone with your thoughts. All I can say is that you deserve so much better than someone who's going to cheat on you. I know from past experiences that I have definitely been with men that I am so disgusted that I ever gave my time, because they're just the type of people to manipulate and hurt people and hurt women. and I'm so happy that I never settled for any less than what I deserved, because now I'm in a positive and really good and normal and healthy relationship. But I know that sometimes it can feel hard to leave someone that you love and trust, and then for them to do something like cheat on you. It can feel like, okay, they made a mistake, I need to give them another chance. But I am strongly against taking cheaters back, because you are always going to have that little thing in your head telling you, is he going to cheat again? Is he going to make another mistake? It's always going to be there. So please let that person go, because it's not worth your time and energy spent on thinking about someone who cheated on you. Honestly, like, that's one of the worst and most disrespectful things a man could ever do to you, or a woman, any partner could do to you, is to cheat on you. So please don't take him back. And if you're alone with your thoughts, definitely talk to your friends, be open with your parents. You need to talk to people around you to kind of let out how you feel, but also feel better about the situation. And I know it'll take some time, but you will get there, and I believe in you. You can get through this. And how am I? I'm okay. Like, I guess this video has kind of, I've shared a lot of how I actually am, and I love when people ask how am I, like, because it's just that little question can really just, it's nice to know that, like, you guys do care. So thank you so much. How do you cope knowing you're still going to have to continue with chemo? You're amazing. So that's a really hard thing. Like, chemo, some days I feel really drained, other days I don't feel like I have any side effects, and the fact that I'm going to be on it for a long time, it can be hard at times. But at the same time, I do understand that there's a reason why I'm on it, and it's gonna help stop the spread of my cancer ever coming back. So in that regard, it's okay with me. I've gotten over it. But in other ways, when I do have a bad day symptom wise from chemo, I feel crappy about it. But at the same time, it's just one of those things that I've had to learn to deal with, and I will continue learning and dealing with it, because it's in the best interest for myself and my health. How would you explain to someone who doesn't suffer with their mental health how you feel? The get over it type of people. The thing about mental health is, a lot of the time you can't just get over it, because if we could get over it, we wouldn't be in this funk, or we wouldn't have bad mental health if we were just able to get over it. I mean, that's kind of a dream. Like, that's just something that you can't do when you have really bad mental health. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't have any mental health issues what it's like. But the thing is, they just have to be willing to understand where you're coming from. And if you're talking to someone who does not want to hear about your mental health, then you're not talking to the right person. You don't have the right friends if they are treating you like that, and who can't understand where you're coming from. Like, my boyfriend really wouldn't struggle that much with mental health, but he tries to understand my anxiety and where I'm coming from when I'm upset, and that's all I need from him, is his support, and for him to at least try to understand where I'm coming from. And after that, he doesn't have to struggle with mental health himself to realise that I'm struggling. And so little things that I've struggled with, he has helped me with so much, and it's just good knowing that he has supported me in my hardest time. So I think that people who are like, just get over it, really aren't willing to understand that mental illness is a lot more than just a thing that you can get over on a day-to-day basis. Like, that's not how it is. Like, some people can suffer really bad with depression or anxiety like me. I have such bad anxiety, and I wish I could get over it, but I think what I'm trying to do right now is just get through it, not over it, because you can't just get over something that has riddled your mind for so long. So if someone is like not believing you or not really caring to understand where you're coming from, they're not the right people to be talking to your mental health about, or about your mental health too. That makes sense. And then, yeah, I actually think that's it. So I'm gonna leave it here. I hope this video isn't too long, but I just wanted to open up about how I've been feeling. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.
Tonight.